What is it about VR that's so damn compelling? Is it the scale? Presence? Seeing the impossible? Or perhaps it's something else entirely. From the first day I put on a headset, there's one word in the VR community that dominates every conversation. No headset is sold, no game is announced, and no peripheral is marketed without this word appearing in one form or another. In essence, it is the foundation upon which the industry stands. And yet, from my observation, Immersion has taken a backseat to the gamification of VR. Immersion is a fascinating concept that touches on more than just technology, but delves into psychology, neuroscience, and how our perception of reality can be constructed and interrupted by the right sensory signals. To say it simply, immersion in VR is the point when the mind begins to accept the digital world as real. And it's here I see a problem, for though I hear the concept of immersion spoken on a daily basis, its significance has become trivial and muddled. You see, I fell into a trap with VR. I began to see it simply as a medium to engage with gaming. For a time, VR became nothing more than an enhancement. I had upgraded from a flat screen to a headset, and I approached it as such. Instead of leaning into the immersion that is only achievable in VR, I began treating the headset like a glorified TV. I could see the evidence of this in my gameplay that had become stiff and my interactions minimal. Similar to someone sitting on the couch playing Call of Duty, I started having VR sessions where I wouldn't move more than a couple of inches. Now, please don't misconstrue that. VR is my shtick, and I still had a fantastic time. But I came to realize that this approach to VR would only stunt its potential. I had gamified VR without even realizing it. Then, at the end of 2024, I got my hands on Into the Radius. I went in blind, having avoided spoilers like the plague. And what I found was a game of such depth and complexity that it demanded more of me, and I was enamored. Then something happened that changed everything. I had entered the swamp for the first time. I was conducting a simple reconnaissance when I encountered a half-constructed building, a warehouse. I crept past its surrounding wall and peeked into one of its windows. I saw a figure who aimed and fired at me. And at that moment, my reality broke. The It's at this point something shifted within me. I'm not sure if it was the darkness or the movements of those out of sight, yet echoing in my ears, but my mind was locked in. The room faded away, and all that remained was me in that half-constructed warehouse. I have no memory of the headset I was wearing, no memory of the controllers in my hands. When I replay this memory, I don't see it through the lens of a headset, but with my own eyes. Now, logically, I was in no danger, but my mind was oblivious to that. It embraced the situation completely, as if my life depended on it. And even as I say that now, I know how crazy that sounds. I've been in some pretty dicey situations in my life. To be honest, I've even been shot before. So for me to experience this degree of focus in a video game was uncanny. To be honest, it felt like an out-of-body experience, and I have never seen VR the same way since. I started to understand the latent power of VR, not as a means to play video games, but to create simulations. Having experienced it firsthand, now knowing that such a thing was even possible, I decided to go on a journey to recreate this moment and make it repeatable and quantifiable. I came to realize that immersion is not the end goal, but actually the beginning of VR's potential. That I could move beyond immersion to something far more profound. I know now that VR can be more than simply entertainment, but a holistic practice that can benefit the user in and out of the headset. I understand now that the headset, though integral, does not carry the sole burden of imparting the simulation. I could move beyond the headset to incorporate all my senses. I built new ways to play, custom rigs that no store sold, and modified what could be bought to fit my purpose. like configuring my PSVR 2 with a backpack so that I could completely remove artificial turning and modified my gun stock to be every weapon at once. I approached every game as its own distinct puzzle, a code to crack, that the simulation hidden inside could be extracted to its full potential. The deeper I delved into this rabbit hole, the more I realized that the word immersion was insufficient. I needed something else that could define, that could grasp what I now knew VR could be. I called it transcendence. This will be the first of many videos in which I hope to share what I've learned and continue this journey towards transcendence. If you've been into VR for a while and wondered if there was still more to discover, I can assure you there is. We just have to take the initiative and push the boundaries of what VR can be.